Evening, quizzers. How you doing? Gosh, it's been a while. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear and see me. That's the unfortunate part. So, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone. A very special quiz we have in store for you this evening. Welcome back. Those of you who haven't been around, well, I haven't been around. Good to see some familiar names popping up on the feed. So keep the comments coming in. So apart from the fact that it's a bit of a reunion, it's a rather special fundraising quiz. So did you notice the deliberate mistake on the pre-quiz introduction? 9 p.m. BST. It's 9 p.m. GMT. Either way, we're all good. So this evening we're rattling or hey, Glenravel Gurriers, Stephen. So we're rattling our tin bucket for a very special cause. Unfortunately, on hey Billy and Connor, unfortunately my guy didn't update the website, so you have to go to donate directly to Alder Hay. So I'll put it up at the end again. So if you go to rmhc.org.uk and go to Alder Hay Refurb, that's where you should make your generous donations. Here's the backstory. Evening, Jimmy. So Jimmy's grandson, Joshua, is going for some major heart surgery in the next couple of weeks. And at Alder Hay, there's accommodation for the parents. Joshua will be in hospital for some time, and most importantly, we're all praying for Joshua. But I thought, you know what, it would be really good if you generous quizzers could donate to Alder Hay. It's part of the Ronald McDonald charity. So if you can, that would be really good. So thinking about Joshua, and good to have you this evening, Jimmy, and nice to see everybody. Well, you know what I mean. I can't see you. So after that, and any problems with donations, as I said, not on the website, unfortunately, but direct to Alder Hay. Just private message me and we'll make sure that your donations go to the right place. Okay, dokie. So, the rules, they haven't changed. The golden one. No answers on the feed. Other than that, and you don't Google because you're super smart and you don't need to do that. Enjoy. We've got 4 rounds. If it's not broken, don't fix it. 4 by 3, your off-road quiz. So first round is some famous mics, some famous Spaniards, some famous colours, some famous numbers. Then we've got a full course of connections. We've got some images, 14 of those, 14 famous families. And then we'll finish with another 4 by 3. 4 rounds. So we'll start with your first bunch of 3. Everything's famous here, nothing obscure. 3 famous mics. Famous mic 1. Chicago Bulls and Nike signature shoe is your famous mic 1. Chicago Bulls and Nike, as in sports shoe, signature shoe. Who's that famous mic? Evening, Stephen and Vanessa. Evening, Billy and Una. good to be back. Famous Mike number 2, Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox's character in Back to the Future is your famous Mike 2. Michael J. Fox character in Back to the Future. We're easing you in nice and slowly. And then, as usual, at the end of every round, you can tell us how well you're doing. Famous Mike 3. He was born Carl Anderson Jr., an American fashion designer. Men's and women's ready-to-wear accessories, watches, jewellery, footwear and fragrance. We're looking for the brand. Famous Mike, remember? The brand, please. Born Carl Anderson Jr., an American fashion designer. Men's and women's ready-to-wear accessories, watches, jewellery, footwear and fragrance. The brand, please. Famous Mike 3, Carl Anderson Jr. Who's that? Or the brand, rather. Okay, dokes. Technology working okay so far? 4, 5 and 6. 3 famous Spaniards. Famous Spaniard number 1. Painter, sculptor, printmaker, co-founder of the Cubist movement is your famous Spaniard 1. Painter, sculptor, printmaker, co-founder of the Cubist movement. Is your famous Spaniard 1. Un. Famous Spaniard, Dos. 2012 Ryder Cup captain. 2012 Ryder Cup captain. US Masters victor back in 94 and 99. Is your famous Spaniard, Dos. 2012 Ryder Cup captain. US Masters victor in 1994 and 1999. Who's that famous Spaniard? Famous Spaniard 3. Tres. Miguel de Cervantes, author of which work? This masterpiece, the work, remember, this masterpiece stands next to the Bible as the second most translated book ever. Name this masterpiece. The creator and author, Miguel de Cervantes. We're looking for the masterpiece or the work. Next to the Bible, the second most translated book ever. Now, there you go. So there's your 3 famous Spaniards. Okay? Standard okay? Pace okay? Good, good. 7, 8 and 9. 3 famous colours. 3 famous colours. Famous colour 1. Alicia Beth Moore. Famous colour 1. Alicia Beth Moore. team running late. Tut tut. Famous colour 2. The oldest military award given to US military members. The oldest military award given to US military members is your famous colour 2. A famous colour 3. Its capital is Bloemfontein, a South African province. Capital, Bloemfontein, a South African province. Is your famous colour 3? What's that man on about? Capital, Bloemfontein, South African province. Famous colour 3. And your final bunch of 3 in round 1. 3 famous numbers. 3 famous numbers. Famous number 1. 186,282 miles per second. What's that? 186,282 miles per second is your famous number 1. Famous number 2. That didn't sound right. Famous number 2. Famous number 2. Officer Jack Traven. Officer Jack Traven. And maintaining a speed of 50 miles per hour. The movie, please, for your number 2. Officer Jack Traven. And maintaining a speed of 50 miles per hour. The movie, please. Jack Traven. And your final number. Indeed, your final question in round 1. A George Orwell dystopian novel and cautionary tale. George Orwell novel, cautionary tale. Famous number 3. So there you go. Are you rusty? I don't think so. So let's recap on round 1. On your 12 questions, where are we? Your 3 famous mics, your 3 famous Spaniards, your 3 famous colours, and your 3 famous numbers. I'll give you a few moments. Okay. So, how did you get on? Well, if you want to tidy up round 1, let's find out, shall we? So, your opening round. So, your 3 famous mics. Michael Jordan, Marty McFly. Did you get Michael Kors, your American fashion designer? Your 3 famous mics. Your Spaniards, Picasso, Jose Maria Olazabal, Don Quixote. Pink, Purple Heart, Orange Free State, your famous colours. Speed of light, 186,282 miles per second. Speed, the movie, Officer Jack Traven. And Orwell, famous number 3, 1984. So out of 12, let us know how well you did out of 12 by posting your scores on the feed. Good. Well done. Good start. Ooh, Paddy and Bridge, quick out of the blocks, maxing out on 12. Frogs in the man cave on 12. Well done, Billy and Connor. Mac Jacks on 10. Mountain Pungs in London on 9. D-Mac on 10. Brian and Sheila on 10. Houston No Problem, definitely not, on 12. Glenravel Gurrier Stephen on 11. The Chickpeas on 10. Keep those scores coming in. And Paul and Eileen on 11. Hard to keep an eye on all channels if you're on YouTube and Facebook. Apologies, we're watching the website feed. Always the best seats on the website. R on 12. Good for R. Okay, dokie. Round 2. Always comes after round 1. A full course of connections. So, if you're a newcomer, connections. Team Dev on 12. Well done, Team Dev. Not much rust there. So, connections. How does that work? You get 3 bits of random information, you join the dots, and you figure out what connects. Best way to find out is just to dive right in. What connects? Number 1. What connects a sharp organ in insects capable of injecting venom with a 1973 caper film starring Paul Newman and Robert Redford with Gordon Matthew Thomas Sumner? Numbskulls and Smith on 7. Welcome. So your connection 1, Gordon Matthew Thomas Sumner, the 73 movie starring Paul Newman and Robert Redford, and the sharp organ in insects capable of injecting venom is your what connects 1. Well done, the numbskulls. Okay, connection 2. What connects? Tricky. This is tricky. Andrea, where are you? Anyway, tricky's good. What connects? Flucky Mackay's. 12 out of 12. Nothing flucky about you guys. What connects a unit of troops? Kevin Costner played him in JFK. And the pub in Peaky Blinders. Wow. Tricky connection. The pub in Peaky Blinders. Kevin Costner played him in JFK. And your unit of troops is your tricky connection 2. You're doing well. You're doing well. Connection 3. What connects? These are tricky this evening. What connects the highest point in the Canadian Rockies with Manchester United's longest serving captain ever with Unchained Melody, the best-selling single, this version of 1995. So Unchained Melody, the version released in 1995, and it was indeed the best-selling single of 95, with Manchester United's longest ever serving captain, with the highest point in the Canadian Rockies. Is your connection tricky? 3. Connection 4. What connects? What connects Roy Rogers with Colin Ball in Only Fools and Horses with the firing of a gun? So the connection, please, between firing of a gun, Colin Ball, character in Only Fools and Horses, and Roy Rogers. Connection out there, like me. 4. Connection 5. What connects? What connects Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue with a 9 times Academy Awards host with a form of solid matter whose constituent atoms, molecules or ions are arranged in an orderly pattern? So we'll start with the longest clue first. So what connects? The definition is a form of solid matter whose constituent atoms, molecules, ions are arranged in an orderly pattern with a 9 times Academy host with Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue. Is your connection 5? Halfway point. Connection 6 of 12. What connects? What connects the official office of the US President with an Australian rules, Aussie rules playing field with Surrey County Cricket? So Surrey County Cricket, an Aussie rules playing field, and the official office of the US President. Is your connection 6? Martin on 12 on Facebook. But you can't log in. Connection 7. What connects? What connects the United States Air Force Base with This Is Your Life with Mary Poppins? So your connection 7, Mary Poppins, This Is Your Life, and the United States Air Force Base is your connection 7. No problem, William. Tuning in late on Facebook Live. Martin, I hope you get sorted before the tunes. Connection 8. Connection number 8. And don't worry, we'll put them all up on the screen at the end. Connection 8. 14 variations of Edward Elgar. 14 variations by Edward Elgar. With a riddle, with a cipher device employed extensively by Nazi Germany. So what connects your cipher device employed extensively by Nazi Germany in World War II with a riddle with 14 variations by Edward Elgar? A tester, connection 8. Connection 9. What connects? What connects Boulder Dam with a vacuum cleaner with the FBI? So your connection 9, the FBI, a vacuum cleaner, and Boulder Dam is your connection 9. Your 10th connection. What connects? What connects a culinary herb with a multinational enterprise software company, the largest supplier to small businesses, by the way, with a man of profound wisdom? So the connection, please, between a man of profound wisdom, a culinary herb, and this multinational enterprise software company, the largest supplier to small businesses, is your connection 10. Brian, no answers on the feed. The only rule? There only is one. Connection 11. What connects? The first mammal cloned for an adult somatic cell. A country music icon. And the title song of a 1964 musical of the same name, Louis Armstrong's version, won a Grammy. So the connection, please, between a country music icon, the title song of a popular 1964 musical of the same name, Louis Armstrong's version, by the way, won a Grammy, with the first mammal cloned from an adult somatic cell, is your connection 11. Connections are exhausting. And that's me I'm talking about. Your connection 12. A Liverpool striker. An English naturalist. And the capital city of Northern Territory, Australia. What connects the capital city of Northern Territory, Australia, with an English naturalist with a Liverpool Football Club striker? Wow. So let's recap on those exhausting connections, shall we? Here you go. We'll leave this up for a few moments. Oh, forgive me. Forgive me. The volume was cut off. It's now back on. So, did you get them all? DMAC on 12. Sound is back on. I know. 23 out of 24. Team Dev. Glenravel Gurriers on 12. Give me the running total, Stephen, so if you can. MKO and the Douglases 22. Brian and Sheila, well done on 21. Mountain Pungs London on 20. Flucky Mackay's on 11. Mac Jacks Sound Numbskulls and Smith 19 out of 24. Thank you. Glenravel Gurriers 23 out of 24. Houston, no problem. Definitely no problem. Unlike my sound, 24 out of 24. Paul and Eileen on 21. The Frogs on 22. Richard and Paddy Bridge on 24. Matt Jacks on 22. Chickpeas on 20. Richard on 24. So, yep, we had Sting, Jim Garrison, The Pub in Piggy Blinders, Brian Robson, Mount Robson, Trigger, Crystal Gale, Billy Crystal, Oval, Eamon Andrews, Julie Andrews, Enigma Variations, Hoover, Sage, Dolly, Parton, Dolly, Sheep, Hello, Dolly, Darwin, Nunes. You did really well. Martin on The Sound is back on. William Martin on 23 out of 24. Una Sweeney on Facebook on 22. I am sorry about the sound. It was a technical problem. I had it turned off. But now it's back on. Round 3. Round 3. Round 3. So what's round 3? Well, I'll tell you what round 3 is. 14 famous families. So this will give you MDK minus the Douglases on 22. That's like a mathematical formula. 14 famous families will give you a running total, if my maths is correct, of 38 at the end of round three. So 14 famous families. Famous family. 1. Let's find out, shall we? Your 14 famous families, giving you a running total of 38. Where are you? Famous families. I don't have the slide. Would you believe it? So I'm just going to have to do this audio only. Oh, shucks. Okay, no problem. We improvise. Your 14 famous families. Sorry about the slide absence. It was there earlier. The Simpsons, the Kardashians, the Ewing family from Dallas, the Traps or the Von Traps from Sound of Music, Godfathers, the Corleone family, the McAllister family, Home Alone, the Gibbs from the Bee Gees, the Baldwin brothers, the Tracy family, Thunderbirds, the Ingalls, Little House on the Prairie, Miley and Billy Ray, the Cyrus family, and Bob the Hanson family. So out of 38 points, let me know how you are getting on as we approach our final round. Simpsons, Kardashians, Ewings, the Traps or the Von Traps, the Corleones, the McAllister family, the Gibbs, the Baldwins, the Tracy family from Thunderbirds, the Ingalls, the Cyrus family, and the Hansons. Team Dev on 37, MDK minus the Douglases 35. Superb scoring. D-Mac on 36. Glenravel Gurrier Stephen, superb on 37. Mountain Pungs London 32. Numbskulls doing well. They're catching up on 31. Houston, no problem. Definitely no problem on 38. Martin on 36 on Facebook Live. William and Derry on 15. We're looking everywhere for the scores. Mac Jacks missed something. Waltons and Adams as well. The Waltons and Adams. Numbskulls 33 out of 38. Chickpeas on 32. Oh, 4 and 5. Oh, I've missed a couple. You're right. Shucks, I have missed a couple. Little wonder. I now understand. God, this... we had the Waltons, yes. Did I give you the Ewings? Yeah, we had the Waltons and the Waltons and the Adams family. Oh, gosh. Riddled with errors this evening. You're not rusty. I am. Brian and Sheila on 33. Frogs on 35. Did you get 4 and 5 there? The Mackay's on 37. Mac Jacks on 31. Richard and Denise on 35. So the Adams family and the Waltons. I have made a hash of this evening. I'll fire myself. I'm not up to it anymore. But before I retire, I'll do round 4. Comfortably done on 38 as well. Oh my word. And Paul and Eileen on 34. So from a really dodgy memory, I think Houston no problem and comfortably done on 38. 2 teams tied at the top. Closely followed by, see if we had leaderboards, Glenravel Gurriers on 37 and Team Dev on 30. Hey, it's all to play for. This is the most exciting quiz I've been at since the last one. Your final round. Round 4. Oh dear. Oh, it's an age thing. Round 4. Final round. We'll start with 3 famous nicknames. William up in Derry, I see a 15, I see a 16. Anyway, famous nicknames. Nickname number 1. So, thanks, Vanessa. Or is it Stephen? Famous nicknames. You're going to get the nicknames. Who are they? Maid of Orleans or Maid of Orleans. Who's that? The Maid of Orleans or the Maid of Orleans? Famous nickname 2. Little Corporal. Little Corporal. Who's that? Do you remember back in the day when I had a really, really tricky question? I called it the million pointer. Well, here's one. Famous nickname 3. Who is it? Butch Cassidy. Real name. Butch Cassidy. Not the actor. Butch Cassidy. So, Maid of Orleans or Maid of Orleans. Little Corporal and Butch Cassidy. Your million pointer. 3 nicknames. Who are they? 4, 5, and 6 in your final round. You're going to get 3 famous scientists. I'm looking for their first names. Yep, you're going to get the surname of 3 famous scientists. I'm looking for their Christian names or first names. Famous scientist, surname, remember we're looking for first name, Edison. Famous scientist 2, Fleming, first name. Ooh. Maybe another million pointer. Bohr. B-O-H-R. First name. Tricky. Certainly 500,000 points. Bohr. First name. I'll be better prepared next time. Yeah, I'll do better. Your next bunch of 3, in fact, your penultimate bunch of 3. 3 ancient cities. Where would you find them today? In other words, the modern day country that these ancient cities would be found. So ancient cities, modern day countries today. Where? Troy. Troy. Where today? Carthage. Where? And Babylon. Troy, Carthage, and Babylon. Where would you find them? I.e., modern day countries today. Troy, Carthage, Babylon. No, I won't fire myself. I'll fire my technical department. They screwed up on that slide and the families. Yeah, I'll get rid of them and replace them. Bad recruitment. And we'll finish with 3 of the best TV series of the 21st century. 3 of the best TV series of the 21st century. TV Series 1. Carrie, Miranda, Charlotte, Samantha. TV Series 21st Century 1. TV Series 2. Logan Roy, CEO of Fox News-esque Waystar Royco. Logan Roy is the CEO of the Fox News-esque Waystar Royco. Is your TV series of the 21st century 2. Your final TV series, in fact, your final question on tonight's quiz. Remember to donate to Alder Hay. I'll give you the details at the end. DS Steve Arnott, DC Kate Fleming, and Superintendent Ted Hastings. So DS Steve Arnott, DC Kate Fleming, and Superintendent Ted Hastings is your third TV series of the 21st century. So let's recap on round 4. The technical department managed to get this right. Famous nicknames: Maid of Orleans or Maid of Orleans, Little Corporal, Butch Cassidy, your million pointer. Famous scientists and their first names: Edison, Fleming, Bohr. Ancient cities: in which modern day country would you find them today? Troy, Carthage, and Babylon. And your TV series of the 21st century: Carrie, Miranda, Charlotte, Samantha, Logan Roy, CEO of Foxstar-esque Waystar Royco, and Steve Arnott, Kate Fleming, and Ted Hastings. So that would be a running maximum total in tonight's quiz, have I got this right, of 50. Yeah, is your maximum that you could have scored this evening. We have two teams tied with maximums so far, comfortably done. And Houston, no problem. We have a couple of teams just behind the Fluffy Mackays on 37. There was somebody else on 37. Team Dev and the Glenravel Couriers. Wow. And a few teams just behind. All to play for. Your answers in your final round. And thanks for tuning in. Good luck. Okay, Maid of Orleans, Joan of Arc. Napoleon, Little Corporal. Did anybody get Robert Leroy Parker, Butch Cassidy, Thomas Edison, Alexander Fleming, and Niels Bohr? Another nippy million pointer. Troy, you would find in modern day Turkey. Carthage, Tunisia, Babylon in Iraq. Sex in the City, Waystar Royco, Succession, Brian Cox, and Line of Duty. MDK minus the Douglases on 47 points. Well done, MDK. Out of 50, superb quizzing indeed. Well done, Brian and Sheila. A superb 43 points out of 50. Hello, Chickpeas. Well done on 41. Mountain Pungs London, thank you for tuning in from London on 42. Team Dev, a superb 47. DMAC on 45. Richard and Denise on 45. Houston, no problem. Definitely not. on 49. Billy and Connor, well done guys, on 45. Flucky Mackay's on 44. Clanravel Gurriers on 48. The Numbskulls, superb, on 42. MDK on 47. Comfortably Dumb on 49. And the Mac Jacks on 44. Wow. Wow, I think we have a tie. Well done, Clanravel. Stephen and your helpers. Paul and Eileen, superb, on 40. Listen, it's not the taking part. It's the winning that... Sorry, it's not the winning. It's the taking part. Good to be back. Una on Facebook on 43. Well done, Una. Well done, Una, on Facebook. And well done on getting 43 points as well. So... I was rusty. You definitely weren't. And remember to go to Ronald McDonald Alder Hay for your donation. Sorry, you can't do it via the website. You got to do direct through Alder Hay. So go to that link. If you need help, just I'll put it up on the quiz site and on Facebook. Select Alder Hay Refurb. So Jimmy will be praying for young Joshua. Hopefully we raised a few quid for Rundle McDonald House at Alder Hay. And thank you everybody so much for your generosity. Awesome stuff. And yeah, we must do this again, and I'll get a new technical department. So wonderful stuff. Great to see some names from the past. Do you know, I think I did my first quiz almost 4 years. We must do an anniversary one back in 2020. That surreal stuff. And if you like some tunes, you can tune into the website in about 10 minutes. Website only for fastest finger. Let your hair down if you have any. And we'll just play some tunes and guess who the artist is for an hour or so. 10 minutes on the website. Love to have your company. It is Saturday evening. Relax, play some tunes. And thanks for tuning in to the quiz. And thank you. Adios. And see you in the play.